Andrew Wiggins put up the best poster dunk this playoffs and arguably the most iconic of his career as he helped lead Golden State to a demanding 3-0 lead on the Dallas Mavericks last night. Wiggins had a playoff high 27 points and 11 rebounds, all while picking up Luka Doncic 94 feet and almost ending him with a sledgehammer in the fourth quarter. Let's break down his brilliant performance last night. Off an offensive rebound by none other by the impressive Kevon Looney, the Dubs reset their offense up top by swinging to Klay, who attacks off the dribble on Reggie Bullock. Dwight Powell has been a nightmare as a mismatch for the Mavericks, and here's a shot blocker he helps one pass away even though Finney-Smith is already in the paint helping off a non-shooter in Draymond. This is obviously unnecessary as Klay kicks it out for a wide open in-rhythm three for Wiggins, who has become a knockdown shooter in the Warriors' offensive system this year. Dallas did not change their game plan much even in Game 3, and on the defensive end, doubling Steph on-ball screens was their goal. When Steph sees this, the simple counter is to rotate this to a good passer in Draymond Green, with a reaction by Wiggins to back cut since his own man in Luka is high up for a trap on the perimeter. Look at all that open paint area as Dre lobs a nice one for the alley-oop layup. If you've been watching this series, Steve Kerr told Wiggins to crash offensive boards as much as possible because A, Dallas has small lineups, and B, he can pick up Doncic full court right away. Here we have a nice on-ball screen by Dre with an immediate double by Dallas. Dre gets a roll pass, and this is a classic 4-on-3 with Kleber rotating over, with Ntilikina having to guard the lob pass and corner shooter at the same time. Dre misses this floater, but Wiggins is there to use his size for a nice tip-in. Another shout out to Kevon Looney outside of my last video since he's been a beast at the boards and also exceeding in playmaking duties off the roll pass. Here we have a dribble handoff and Dallas immediately traps as expected. Loon gets a roll pass and feeds off this 3-on-2 since Finney-Smith has to stick to Klay on the perimeter. Bullock does a good job rotating off a non-shooter in Draymond, but Luka is caught ball watching as Wiggins cuts behind him for the dump off pass and flush at the rim. Another missed defensive assignment by the Dallas superstar. It's cool to see Steve Kerr drop the first play of the second half for Wiggins, knowing he's had a solid game so far. Here we have a semi-horn set when Looney rotates the ball up to the weak side for Draymond, and Steph cuts through and this becomes the famous Warriors flex action, where the first cross screen set by Steph allows Wiggins to cut to the paint with the secondary action of Looney setting the next pin down for Curry to curl to the three-point line. However, Doncic goes under the screen, giving Wiggins maximum space as Green hits him with the pass deep into the paint. Looney has drawn Powell so high up that there is no shot blocker and Wiggins gets a nice turnaround floater to go. Just like earlier when I said Wiggins was attacking the offensive glass, here's a nice block shot by the Mavericks, but Dinwiddie is blocking out Dre and no one covers Wiggins as he cuts to the hoop. Kleber fails to collect the loose ball, and look what I found, said Wiggins. Easy putback layup, and that's a killer play. And for the play and dunk of the playoffs, we get a dribble penetration by Steph on Brunson, and this should have actually been Finney-Smith's rotation as the lowest weak side man, but Doncic for some reason decides to come down to help instead. Steph now has two options on the weak side with Thompson and Wiggins, who accelerates off a weak closeout by Bullock and catches Doncic too low for the contest and poster. One more time without my commentary.
Brunson defends, snaps it outside to Wiggins, goes by Bullock, drops the...
The fact they almost gave that one away was ridiculous to me, and Wiggins wanted another one. Here Thompson sets an on-ball screen, and we get an ideal switch on the Bertans, but Steph rejects the second Draymond screen and gets a really good look on a smaller Brunson. From the weak side, you can see Doncic once again fall asleep as he ball watches, allowing Wiggins to run full speed for the sick putback dunk. Well, that's all she wrote, guys. Arguably Mabel Jordan's greatest playoff game came in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals, as he continues to take the #1 defensive assignment in slowing down Luka Doncic while exploding offensively as well. I've made a couple of Andrew Wiggins videos a few months ago right around his All-Star announcement, and even though he's had a slower second half of the season, this playoffs has proved his value as the primary wing defender in the Western Conference. Hitting spot-up threes and making timely cuts for easy baskets, Wiggins has proved game after game why he was once a #1 pick, capitalizing this performance off with an iconic dunk that will be remembered for years. Now let's get this sweep and go home for some much needed rest, so I hope the Warriors can continue executing the defensive game plan and return home with a sweep. If you like this content, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you guys Tuesday.